Whoa! Hey! It's Wolf Brother here. And actually, I hope you're doing good. Happy belated Halloween. I am here right now as my alias or alter ego. This is my superhero persona. I, Zany Zane, Insane in the Membrane, Zaniac, Zack Lego Maniac, am here as Wolf Brother, aka alter ego, my superhero persona. I am Nightman. And I just wanted to say I appreciate everything that you do and that you do in life that's good. Now, I had a couple things I wanted to go over as I continue with my speech. My speech, of course, to help change the world, to have an impact, to spread love and goodness and positive energy everywhere upon the planet. And in light of that, to give you some insight, as I spoke before, my mind has a tendency to move or rush in many different directions. So what I want to do is just to give you a little more insight into my mind, and as scary as it can be, and how it works, and just to give you some knowledge about where I'm going, just some background. As I said before, there are three eyes of knowing, three eyes of knowledge. One is the empirical science, that which can be measured or quantified, and of course there's the religious, the spiritual, and the eye of mind. So these are three spheres which together represent all of human knowledge upon the planet. As I mentioned before, there are three major stages in which evolution moves. And once more, none of these ideas that I'm presenting are, well, with a few exceptions, are totally my ideas. These are things that I learned from reading, because of course it's what I do. So we got id, which is unconsciousness, ego, which is man, ourselves, a false sense of self, and what we want to achieve or move toward is the true self, also known as the soul, self, or spiritual self. So it is based on conscious nature, and we've gone through a transition. Now we have ego, which is how we define ourselves as individuals, but it's actually a made-up self. And then we have the moving towards spiritual. And in light of id and ego, let us remember and look back. Look back to ancient days when consciousness was a blur, and huddled and connected we felt together. The days were wild, the nights were dark, filled with lurking shapes and fearful shadows. So, in speaking of the eyes, we have eye of flesh, eye of contemplation, and eye of reason. But there's something else that's interesting as well. And forgive the crudity of these models, but as I said, in the not too distant future, it's all going to be holographic. So, we have in between the three eyes what I would like to call metaphysical or paranormal. Paranormal phenomena basically explain occurrences related to our consciousness and the universe. And the metaphysical or the paranormal is all unexplained phenomena. Every day and since the dawn of man, there's always been strange occurrences and unknown phenomena. I'll speak more about that later. And everyone on the planet has had strange experiences, probably at one point or another, and some people more than others. This represents the universe here. And an interesting thing about our universe is that most of the universe is dark energy, actually 73%. Unknown, unaccounted for mass that we don't even know what it is. Another part, well, that's dark energy, 73. And this is dark mass or matter down here. The dark energy is mostly what everything is, and that's what's fueling, believed to be fueling the expansion of the universe. And down here, of course, is dark or cold dark matter. This is 23% of the universe. This is matter that you can't see, and this makes up most of the mass or matter. And atoms, what we see, including the stars and planets and things, all light, is only 4%. Atoms make up only 4% of the universe. So much is unknown, and this relates to paranormal phenomena as well. Here we have the four fundamental forces. The electromagnetic force, which is electricity and magnetism. We have the strong nuclear force, which is the power of stars. And here we have the weak nuclear force, which is basically radioactive decay. I'm going through this fast, but this is all just background stuff. Here's the gravitational force down here, and that's what binds or holds the galaxy together. Kind of like the force from Star Wars. Here we have matter, energy, and space-time. Both these two go together. And one of the hardest things in science, and what Einstein wrestled with, was trying to put these together and make them chill or gel together. Because this is matter and energy over here, and space and time. And all of these are real fundamental forces that make up the universe. And what we're trying to do is put them together. This model represents you out there, and as I spoke earlier, whatever you send out, you get back. This is a fundamental law of the universe. This is you and your thoughts and your dreams. So the bigger you dream, the better your thoughts you put out, the visualizing where you want to go in life. That's all part of this. Also setting goals. This is you being positive. This is you visualizing, living in the now, not worrying about the past or the present. I mean, living the present, not worrying about the past or future. Dreaming big, I have to have giant dreams, setting goals, this is what we move toward to achieve, and taking the necessary steps. This, over on the other side's little man, but he's much bigger than us, is the universe. And this is the universe over here, and the universe is going to go to work for you, as long as you keep doing these things over here and being positive. Here is you walking like an Egyptian. Don't you just love the bangles? These are the three eyes again. And I think that is it for that section. Now, quickly talk about it. The world's made up of three eyes. There's metaphysical, unexplained phenomena. Ego is something we have to get past. 4 forces, and 2 forces each, here and here. Thinking, whatever you put out, you get back. You take thousands of small steps. You're endlessly persistent. You dream big, and you amplify everything you do. And how trying and difficult people can be. But despite how difficult people can be, because so many people are unconscious and driven by their ego, you must remember that you are living in the now, and this is important. And past, future, and time are all made up concepts in their ways that things that we created to help orient us in our interactions with everything around us. But we do age, of course, but nothing is permanent. None of these bodies are permanent. And how strange it is it not, to be a conscious presence within this thing we call a body? So some of the problems in life for all of us, and I struggle with all of this, is thinking and overthinking, worrying, creating movies in your head. We have to always try to be present in the now. Consciousness is something that's all pervasive, and it's something that we've achieved a kind of self-consciousness. This is related to our mind. There is also a body consciousness. Everything in your body is very much alive. We are made up of over 10 trillion cells, and every cell has its own kind of consciousness to it. And every single subatomic particle is also a form of consciousness. Every living thing is conscious. So, we also have frequencies. For all matter is energy. Consciousness or spirit is a form of energy. Everything, everywhere is conscious. The universe is conscious. And, interesting enough, the universe seems to have holographic-like properties. And in fact, our eyes only see a small portion of what is actually around us. Big concepts, eh? So you are conscious. You are actually consciousness. Consciousness is permanent. Why? Because it is a form of energy. And energy cannot be created nor destroyed. There is no end to consciousness. This is what one means when they speak of the soul. So our universe is made up of 4 fundamental forces: matter, energy, space, time. There are believed to be 10 higher dimensions. The fact of higher dimensions is something that physicists had to work out in order to, when you put things into higher dimensions, you actually have matter, energy, and space-time working together better. All equations flow in sync when we think of higher dimensions. Our universe has distinct laws. Therefore, it's theorized that there's actually a multiverse. This would explain why our universe has, the laws and properties it does. So we have a multiverse, other dimensions. Another interesting theory is dark matter. And it's believed that there may be dark matter universes superimposed upon our universe. The universe, once more, is holographic, like in properties. It seems to have a consciousness, and of course, it encompasses existence. And beyond existence, there is a universal mind. And the universal mind is made up of all consciousness. Within the universal mind, encompassing it and everything, beyond and even beyond everything, is Brahman. We are all dwellers in Brahman, and that is the dream of God. We all exist in essentially what is a sea of potentiality, and all of existence, including you, we are all part of God.